Good afternoon, Oak Grove. Happy Thursday. Welcome to another installment of my midweek videos here on the church's YouTube channel, where I just pop in to say hello in the middle of the week and share some thoughts and keep us connected to our church family on the other 6.5 days of the week that we're not in church on Sunday morning. So welcome, and thank you for taking a minute to watch the video and join me today. I don't have any one particular thought to share with you today. I'm just going to muse on a few different things. I don't like to normally use this video for announcements, but just, to share. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. It warms my heart right now to see all of the preparations going on for Fall Festival. It's almost here. Tomorrow, when they will be baking pies downstairs for the entire day, I'm kind of grateful that I will be with our own Pastor Brian Bennett, helping to do the setup for the Lutheran Campus Ministry barbecue fundraiser going on in North Park at the Rose Barn tomorrow. That way I won't have to smell all the pies all day and be hungry for pie the whole day. So I'm kind of glad that I won't be here to smell those, because they'll make me want pie for the whole day. And I'll get a chance to have pie on Saturday, so we'll wait until then. But I know they'll be down here tomorrow baking, and today I've seen a number of people out in the backyard. The tents are up. We're putting up some decorations out there. The yard work that needs done to keep the church grounds looking nice and neat and tidy for the festival, that's being done. Bill Bennett nicely asked me to move my car a little while ago so he could cut the grass under my car. So everything is getting ready. And the festival hasn't even happened yet, but I will already jump to presumptively thanking Tana very much for coordinating all of the volunteer efforts. And we will be taking time to individually thank all of the people who have helped as best we can later. But for now, she's the boss that has directed the overall project, and what a wonderful project it is that it helps lighten the spirits of many at this time of year, not just in our congregation, but in the surrounding community. And so it's one of the big events that puts us on the map in the community. People know of Oak Grove's Fall Festival. And so thank you to everybody who has already worked for it. And thank you to everybody who's going to work this weekend for it. People need something to be light about at this time of year. I hope you read my article in the Nutshell newsletter for September, because I hope you regularly read the Nutshell when it comes out. If you didn't, shame on you. Read the Nutshell. I'm not actually trying to shame anybody. But Tana Lynn also does the work for that. She's a busy lady. She puts a lot of hard work and elbow grease into that, and so we thank her for the work she does on the newsletter. And for those that did read my article, this might be repetitive, but it bears repeating. And for those that didn't, now you're hearing it for the first time, your pastor's favorite season of the year is fall. I have always loved fall. I was hoping to maybe record the midweek video for you this week in front of a nice fall background instead of my boring office with my lovely plain white wall behind me here. I had seen an article in the news not too long ago that had said that the trees may not be as colorful in Pittsburgh this year as they typically are most years because of the warm summer, the extremely warm summer. But I have noticed that quite a few trees around here in the New Sewickley area actually are beginning to change. There are some really pretty reds and oranges out there. Unfortunately, none right here at the church grounds. I was kind of hoping some of our trees here might be changing, and I was going to go sit outside in front of a tree to record this, but that didn't quite happen yet. So, but I have always loved fall. I love fall partly because of the events that are happening at this time of year. I love fall for the holidays. I love the holidays at this time of year. That you've got Halloween, then you've got Thanksgiving, then you've got Christmas, then you've got New Year's. And it just fills my heart with all the thoughts of family memories at that time of year. I love the smells and the tastes at this time of year, all of the cinnamon and pumpkin and apple, everything. I love the way fall tastes and smells, and I love the pretty trees. And of course, I love football season and my birthday. Those fall in the fall. But, I understand why there are some that don't like fall. There are those that don't like fall because it reminds us of our mortality. We see the leaves falling from the trees. We see the vegetation starting to die off. And it makes us sad because we know winter is coming and we know that the summer good times are over. Well, yeah, that is true. There's no getting around it. But, it is part of the cycle of death and rebirth that is baked into the very fabric of creation by God. We are people of resurrection. That's who we are. We are people who hope in new life. And our siblings in non-Judeo-Christian traditions, folks of the Hindu faith, for example, they speak of reincarnation. They believe that you're reincarnated over and over again endlessly. We might not literally believe that that is true, but there's a certain symbolism to the fact that all of life is death and rebirth. We, as people, are constantly being reborn again and again. You're almost certainly not the same person you were 5 years ago, the same person you were 10 years ago, 20 years ago. You are being continually reborn each day as a slightly different person. And I can most assuredly say that is the case with me. That is the case with congregations too, because our church is a living, breathing entity. It is a living creature. And it also goes through cycles of death and rebirth. In recent weeks, some folks have had conversations with me where we've commiserated that we'd like to see the attendance on Sunday morning a little higher than it is. And, those lead to conversations about what's the future of Oak Grove going to look like. Is Oak Grove declining? Well, I don't know if you'd say if it's declining exactly, but it's changing. And so then people start worrying, all of us, we start worrying and wondering, is Oak Grove going to die? Okay, well, let me clear this up for you right now. Yes, Oak Grove is going to die in its current form. And it's going to be reborn again as something else, as has already happened lots of times throughout your 150-year history here in this place, going on 151 years. You've been reborn multiple times. You've changed the building. You've had a bunch of different pastors. You've changed your service times and changed your settings and formats, gotten rid of old hymnals and gotten new hymnals. Death and rebirth is a daily part of life in this world. But as people of resurrection, we know that that is nothing to fear. Yes, Oak Grove is going through a stretch right now where it is probably going to be reborn as something a little different in the years to come. And that's okay, because rebirth is a part of life. We are people of resurrection. And so, in the fall, tying it back to the fall, yeah, it's a little sad that the leaves are falling from the trees and the summer good times are over. But guess what? That is nature resetting itself so that it can all happen again next summer. If it doesn't happen, then we don't have the regrowth next year. Maybe in nature itself, God teaches us a little bit about the nature of death and resurrection. Every year, there's a theological lesson going on outside of our windows if we take time to pay attention to it. So that's a little reflection on fall for today. And that's mostly what I have for you. Busy weekend, lots of stuff going on. Please do check out the Lutheran Campus Ministry Barbecue Fundraiser tomorrow, the 27th, on Friday. And then, of course, Fall Festival. I expect to see you all here, whether for a little bit of time or a lot of time. Please do stop by on Saturday. All are welcome, whether you want a pork chop dinner or if you just want to stop by and check out the vendors and the games and so on and so forth. Please do drop by. We want to see everybody. And then Sunday morning, we will be having a special guest preacher. And you will find out who that is when she is here. I will still be in worship, but we will be hosting a guest as well. I also come to you bearing a message. I'm dressed up today because I just came from visiting Ed and Diane Grunegal at home. I made the announcement to you all with their permission to protect their privacy in worship this last week that Ed has moved now into hospice care. On my way out the door from visiting them today, I asked, what can we do to help? They don't really need food. They don't really need supplies. What Ed told me you can do to help him right now is come see him. He wants to see his Oak Grove family right now. He misses you all. Please do give them a quick call and a heads up first before you come on over, just to make sure Ed's presentable. But and they were laughing when they said that to me. But it was heartening to be with them today and see that Ed was actually laughing and smiling and being his old self a little bit, and that they do have hope for the remainder of his days being as comfortable and joyful as reasonably possible given the circumstances. And so stop by and see Ed. That is his request. Do give them a quick call first, but stop by and see him. That is what he needs right now. And so with that, that is just about everything I have for you this week, Oak Grove. This video has already gone 10 minutes. I thought it would be a quick one, but I always think I have less to say than I do because I'm just full of hot air that way. I will see you this weekend at Fall Fest and at church on Sunday morning. Take care, everyone. God bless and have a good week.